How's it going, everyone? We have a pretty major update on the PlayStation Store for titles adding accessibility tags. Really nice to see Sony really going all in as far as accessibility in their games. And this is something, to be fair, a lot of publishers and developers have been hammering home with a lot of their titles recently, so it's nice to see them take another step forward. And do want to quickly cover No Man's Sky's latest update in Interceptor. That has dropped. We'll talk that in a little bit. But first of all, accessibility tags will be available for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 games on PlayStation Store on PS5. If both PS5 and PS4 platform versions are available, you can compare accessibility tags for each through a drop-down menu. With accessibility tags, you'll be able to see if the games you want to play features the accessibility options you're looking for. Here's a sampling of the more than 50 accessibility tags available for game developers to choose from across 6 categories. So you have visual accessibility features such as clear text, large text, color alternatives, audio cues, and directional audio indicators, audio features such as volume controls, mono audio, screen reader, and visual cue alternatives, subtitle and caption options, including subtitle size, clear captions, and large captions, control options, including button remapping, thumbstick sensitivity, and ability to play without button holds, rapid button presses, or motion control, gameplay options such as difficulty settings, skippable puzzles, simplified QuickTime events, and game speed. Skippable puzzles is something that I've been seeing implemented, and yeah, kind of wild to see that implemented in games as well. But hey, if you're getting a little salty at puzzles, having skippable puzzles, I guess, is something that they want to do. Online communication options such as text or voice chat, transcription, and ping communication as well. Accessibility tags on PlayStation Store for PS5 will gradually release for players this week. At launch, a variety of games such as Days Gone, Death Stranding Director's Cut, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, Spider-Man Remastered, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Returnal will all support accessibility tags. We are just starting to roll out this feature and collaborating with a wide range of developers to implement this feature in their game hubs on PS5 in the coming weeks and months. You know, this is something that I really have never thought about in terms of gaming until I noticed accessibility becoming more and more of a focus, and Sony has been doing it a lot with their games, so credit to them. I mean, sometimes I give Sony a lot of shade and PlayStation a lot of shade for some of their decision making, but they have really done a great job with accessibility in their games. And you look at what they did with God of War Ragnarok, the accessibility options in that game were at a very, very high level, as was the case with Last of Us Part 1, so really cool to see this being implemented more and more. And I've seen in the comments section, like, obviously this is going to be something that not everybody is going to be able to fully appreciate, but I've seen in my comment section, whenever we talk about accessibility tags, like, there's a lot of people that really do appreciate this level of implementation in terms of video games in general, and it's something that people do look for, and it really can open up games to a lot of people which otherwise it wouldn't be available to them, and they wouldn't have as good of an experience. So hopefully this is a trend that we're going to see more and more in gaming in general, and it is nice that they're going to be able to start labeling games on the PlayStation Store as well with various accessibility options, because that's a comment I see every now and again as well, where people are looking, hey, does this game have the certain accessibility options that I'm looking for? And it looks like that is going to be easily navigatable soon in terms of the PlayStation Store, and you'll be able to go through that pretty easily. So nice of Sony to roll this out, and hopefully we'll see full implementation across the board with a lot of games supporting these tags. And then games in general going forward, you know, continuing to widen the accessibility options that they do offer, because there's a lot of quality ones, especially like visual accessibility and then the audio accessibility features that some of these titles have implemented. I think from an audio standpoint, the fact that they went and did that as well, it's really nice to see, and does, again, open up games to a larger audience. Moving on from that, No Man's Sky's Interceptor update is now available. Explore corrupted planets, fight challenging new robotic guardians, and more. Venture to a Forsaken Sentinel world in Update 4.2 Interceptor. Explore corrupted planets, fight a legion of challenging new robotic guardians, hijack their technology, steal their ships, harvest their resources, destroy their freighters, and much, much more. There's a ton that I feel like every single time I look at these No Man's Sky patch notes, my head's about to explode. Obviously, the game just dropped on PlayStation VR 2, so if you want to play it on that, No Man's Sky is one of the more compelling VR experiences that you can have, so definitely an option there. I know VR 2 is not something everybody's checking out right now, but another new update for the game. No Man's Sky does readily go on sale. 50% off is really what you'll see it for, and it does still retain its $59.99 regular MSRP, but again, you can get it for $30 when it's on sale. And the fact is, Hello Games has rolled out so many updates, and all of the updates have been absolutely free. A part of me is kind of fascinated understated in terms of how this game is still sustaining itself, in terms of it's not monetized to any extreme degree. What they're mainly getting as far as new revenue streams is the sales of No Man's Sky itself. And given that they are rolling out the updates, and it's a game that is constantly in the news cycle, I do feel like a lot more people do check it out over time. It's a game that, you know, you can play, you can come back to after a slew of new updates have rolled out. I haven't played No Man's Sky in quite a while, but you just go back to where it was at launch back in 2016, and it was an absolute abomination, and No Man's Sky had an insane level of hype going into its release. I remember when No Man's Sky was initially revealed, people were absolutely stoked for the game. Then it came out, fell short of a lot of expectations, but since then, it has gotten much, much better. Does it have its issues and shortcomings? Sure. It's not a game that I can get super, super into. These games just really are not, you know, in my wheelhouse, but it's a game that a lot of people get super into. It's got a great visual style, great atmosphere, runs great on PS5 as well, which is nice. So let's just go through some of the notes. Salvaged interceptors, corrupted planets, movable wrist projectors, interceptor of variety, corrupted sentinels, Arion turbojet, interceptor, a cockpit, harvest the corruption, sentinel ship technology, improved sentinel quads, crashed interceptors, corrupted world nexus missions, spawning cow, robotic curiosity, sentinel multi-tool, salvaging mission, a geometric cave, advanced drones, cursed machinery, abandoned encampments, Xbox visual improvements are noted as well, explosive swarms, unseen enemies, custom wonder records, sentinel capital, battleships, and again, there's even more patch notes than that. I'll leave a link in the description box below. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, sometimes you see patch notes and it's just like, oh, it fixed some bugs here and there, and then I swear, every single time we get a No Man's Sky, like a major one of these updates, the patch notes are absolutely gargantuan. So credit to Hello Games. I say it every time when they roll out these major updates, but they've been doing a lot of quality work with No Man's Sky, and it's a much, much better experience than what it was at launch. And again, at launch, you were paying $60 for it. Now, you ideally are picking up the game 50% off at $30. If you buy the game physically, by the way, like, I've seen that game pre-owned at, like, GameStop super, super cheap. So, like, you can go that route as well if you want a cheaper copy of the game, but digitally, $29.99 is probably what you're gonna end up paying, and given the quality that the game is at now, I find it's a game that a lot of people can get really into, and you're buying a game that you're pretty much assured that it's gonna continue to get notable free updates as well for the foreseeable future. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, the PlayStation Store gets a very big update, adding accessibility tags. Really nice to see that, and No Man's Sky's Interceptor update is available right now. Once again, a new free update rolling out with a bunch of new content. By the way, No Man's Sky actually available now on Nintendo Switch as well, so you can play it on their PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. A lot of options in terms of how to play the game. But that's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.